Good morning, everybody all around the world. This is Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we get together every Saturday morning and we go live talking about the joys of living in Mexico. We have a lot to cover today. We got like 1 million people in the house this morning. Al Simon, I want to thank Al Simon. Got out of bed this morning, checked my email, and Al Simon had contributed $10 to the channel through my email. And if you want to donate to the channel, there's a link down below. You can use PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, whatever. But I want to thank Al Simon very much for contributing to the channel. We have Dr. John Crapo Production in here from cloudy New Jersey. And yes, they're supposed to have that super eclipse today. I hope I get a peek at some of that. My neighbor, that girl speaking Spanish in the house. You go. Gravity Victim is in the house from Portugal. We're international now. We just went from Des Moines, Iowa to Portugal. Good for you. I hope you love that. I heard that it is a fabulous place. We got William Mustache Stoneman in the house. He's helped me out a lot. Mr. Stoneman, your information about Leon and how to get around and stuff has really helped me out because I'm planning this trip. So thank you very much. We got La Dolce Vita. Ciao from Italy. Glad you added the PayPal link. The PayPal link has always been there. I don't mess around. Oh, I still got the cough, but I feel great, and the cough is mildly subsided, I guess. Good morning, Bill, and all. Pretty boy Brian Maiden. I just love all these nicknames I make up. Liston Henry. Hola, Liston Henry. How are you feeling today? Thank you very much, Liston. I feel freaking great. I feel wonderful. I still have a cough, but it's not as bad as it was. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us today. Dave James, hello from Olympia, Washington. Glad to have you in the house. And Verlaine, I'm not even going to try to say her last name, but she's in the house. We did a couple of interviews. Very interesting. She is in La Paz, Mexico, at the bottom of the peninsula. Great to have you here. We have a lot to cover today. We're very thankful because we have electricity, we have high-speed internet, and it's all working. I love it when everything is working. What else do we have? Oh, we have 2 cameras working today. I don't know how that worked out, but they're both on, and they seem to be working fine. People always have questions about this place and that place, so we got the Mexico map all ready to go. People start talking about different places and things like that. You know, so we are up and we are ready to rumble this morning. We have a lot to talk about. Also, if this is your first time here, hey, say hello. Let us know where you are. Ask any questions. I forget what I titled this live broadcast, but generally we just get together and talk about moving to Mexico. We talk about immigration issues. Where's a nice place to live in Mexico? Should I think about moving to Mexico? So if you're new here, if this is your first time, post your name if you want to. Where are you from? What are your interests? Just let us know. I have a list of things over here that I can talk about because I can talk. I'm good at talking. I was born to talk. My grandmama Cornetta Palmer. She taught me to talk all the time like she did. And she gave that gift to my father, who talked all the time. And my father gave the gift of gab to me. So I'm here to talk today and talk about the joys of living in Mexico. We got Katrina the Maker in the house. Good morning to you. We got Crazy Boy Radio in the house. Lenora Wilson is in the house from Baltimore, Maryland. Happy to have you here. I still got the cough, but it's way not as bad as what it used to be. I want to thank one of our subscribers. His name is Dave, and Dave lives in Morelia. And that's where I'm moving to, I'm pretty sure. That's where I'm moving to, I'm pretty sure, in about 8 or 9 months. The weather here in Mazatlan, it's beautiful outside. It's about 75 degrees. I can see the ocean from my sliding doors. I'm looking out there now, palm trees. The humidity is going down. It's getting cooler. It's great, but I'm out here, man, because last summer was terrible. But anyway, I think I'm moving to Morelia. But Dave, he's from Tennessee, I think. He moved to Morelia, and he sent me some pictures. And this is a picture of Morelia. I wonder if this is from his house. But he sent me this picture, and he sent me this picture of the palm tree and the roof. And this is his house. I didn't resize that image appropriately, but that is Dave's house in Morelia, which is kind of near Guanajuato, kind of, sort of. But I think he said he paid for about $100,000 for that house. But if you have any images that you would like to share with me, feel free to do so, and I'll put them up. Or if you have a special story to tell, if you have a special story to tell about moving to Mexico, and if you would like to be a special guest, we can hook it up. We can have you in here live. We can have 12 people in here all at the same time talking about the joys of living in Mexico. Coco Mango, hola Bill, I live in Columbus, Ohio. Planning to move to Mexico. Any tips on how to get started? Well, my tip for you, home person, is just get rid of everything that you can, and everything that you need, put it in a couple of suitcases, and just come the heck on down. That's the best thing to do. Get the heck out of Columbus, Ohio. I tell you what, man. Every day is fabulous. Every day is fabulous in Mexico. And if you fly down here, I flew down here from Columbus, Ohio. And I remember at that time, I was living with a friend of mine, Greg Woods. And I think it was February. And I had a suitcase, a computer hard drive, and Greg took me to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was freezing cold. I mean, it was freezing. It must have been about like below 10 degrees. And we stopped at Wendy's and we got some coffee and a little breakfast sandwich. Then he took me to the airport, and I flew into Puerto Vallarta. I had a long coat on, and I got to Puerto Vallarta and got off the plane, and it was like 90 degrees outside. Yeah, man. And I had rented an apartment. The taxi took me to the apartment. I took my suitcase in. I was 3 blocks from the beach. I went to the beach, and it was just awesome. Coco, get the heck out of Columbus, Ohio. The planning to move, just find a spot and move. Get the hell out of Columbus, Ohio. You will never regret it. And my new friend, Angie Hernandez. Buenos dias, Angie. We've been talking a lot. She is now in San Miguel Allende. And she's down here from Dallas, Fort Worth. And she's kind of looking around, trying to find a spot. We talked this week. In fact, we had a video call. And she's trying to find the place that works for her, something that is natural with mountains and greenery, places where she can walk around and feel free. And so, she's coming to Mazatlan this Thursday. She's coming to Mazatlan this Thursday. And I think we're going to, one day we're going to do a beach day, I think. And, I'm going to show her around Centro. I tell you what, we've become friends. So I can't do this like for everybody because I have almost 10,000 subscribers, but I can't, be a tour guide for everybody, but Angie is over in San Miguel Allende. She's not real excited about San Miguel Allende. And now I'm looking down at the number of people in the house. We have 50 people in the house and 20 likes. Thank you very much, everybody. Jack Webb is in Hazard, Kentucky. And I got stories to tell about Hazard, Kentucky. Jack, get back to work. Don't you have emergency people screaming and yelling and bleeding and stuff, their arms and legs falling off? Oh, and since we're talking about screaming and blood and arms off and everything, sincerely, from the deepest part of my heart, I want to bless all the people in the Gaza Strip, in Israel. What's going on over there is horrific. I have no judgment on who is right and who is wrong. But all I can do is pray for peace, and I hope everybody prays for peace. And that's all that I can say. I pray for those people because what's going on over there should not be going on anywhere in the world. William Stoneman will be in Morelia 1st of May. Hope our paths cross. Right on, William Mustache Stoneman. I don't think I'm going to be there then. This May. Well, May, I will get to Morelia. I will get to Morelia by the 6th of July. I might get there by the 1st of July, and then I think I'll be there for quite a long time. Sorry, folks. We got people leaving comments. Let's see who's talking about what. Good morning, Bill. I live in Cali, and Baja is looking better every day, or maybe Morelia. Tell you what, Catherine, Baja. I have a Mexican friend here. His name is Luis. He lives on the 1st floor. His wife's name is Anna, and they're about 45. They have a son named Francisco. He's about 4 years old, beautiful child. And he told me the best thing to do is get in a car and drive from Tijuana all the way down to La Paz. He says it's fabulous. But Verlaine, I interviewed her. Interviewed Verlaine about a month ago, and she said it was really hot outside, and she said it was too hot to go outside, and that's the way it is or was here in Mazatlan. So be careful about that. And the reason, because these 6 months of heat are crazy. It's really crazy, and that's why I'm moving inland. In Morelia, the weather is going to be good. I'll be wearing hoodies in the morning, and I can put on my Speedo at 2 o'clock and go down to the meat market and share my meat. Autumn Green is in the house. Good morning. Happy to see you in the house, Autumn Green. Manny, looking for cooler climate during our summers here in Florence, Arizona. Manny, if you're looking for cooler climates, let me try something here. If you're looking for cooler climates, let's try this. Let's see if I can do this. Uh-oh. Oh, that's okay. Uh-oh, here we go. Cooler climates. Okay, so let me zoom out here. You can see Mazatlan over there. Oh man, okay. So you can see Mazatlan over here where we are. I was in Durango last February, and it was 30 degrees there at nighttime, which is a bit too chilly. But by 2 o'clock every day, it went up to 72. That's a little too chilly. Let's go over here. San Luis Potosi. Once you get inland, and these, or you can see Guadalajara and Chapala right over here. I'm not real. Well, how do you say it? I'm not real excited about the city of Guadalajara. You can see Tlaquepaque right down here. I could live in Tlaquepaque, but my point is Tlaquepaque is awesome, but I know it's expensive. Let's say this. Here is Chapala right down here. They're supposed to have the best weather in the world. Some people say they're number one in the world. No humidity. The air is clean. But this whole area, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, there is like zero humidity. Even in the summertime, it doesn't get very hot. So that whole circle right there, all nice, cool places, low cost of living. And over here, I'm going to Leon. I'm going to Leon in the state of Guanajuato for the International Balloon Festival. But you get in there. Here's Guanajuato over here. I did 2 videos on Guanajuato. When I got up in the morning, I would put on 2 hoodies, but at 72, all that came off. I had my Speedo on. Girls were whistling at me. So if you can live inland, I tell you what, I have lived right on the beach. One time when I lived in for 3 years, when I was in Puerto Vallarta, for 3 years, I had an apartment on a hill overlooking the entire bay. It's called Banduras Bay. It was awesome. The view was spectacular. And I set up my computers right in front of the sliding door, and I'm looking at the Banduras Day, teaching computer how-to web stuff. That's why I'm Bill the Geek all day. And then if I stood up and walked about 10 feet, I could open the door, and there was a swimming pool. And the swimming pool overlooked the Banduras Bay And I lived there for 3 years, and it was beautiful. But Puerto Vallarta got really hot, even if you have a swimming pool and even if you go to the beach every day. And to this day, I still don't miss, I still do not miss the ocean, even though I'm 3 blocks from the ocean now. But I mean, some people in my building go to the ocean every day. I don't do it. I don't miss it. I like nice temperature year round. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's see who else has got stuff to say here. Yep. Crazy boy. Life is amazing in Mexico. Yes, it is. It's so chilled out down here. Let me talk about the videos I put up this week. I got like 0 views. Well, not 0, but they were like, woo. It was like, why did I make that video? One video was Katie Ibarra from last week. She shares a house with us. She shares a house with us the first of every month. And then I put up a video about when can you buy beer in Mexico? Okay, I put that up Thursday. It's had about 400 views since Thursday. It was a fun video to make, and it's only 5 minutes if you want to check it out. Tomorrow, I'm putting up a video about beaches in Mazatlan. I think it will be a work of art and a lot of fun. It's just going to be various beaches and music playing in the background. And I have some of those clips that I'm going to share with you this morning, a little bit later in the broadcast. So let's see what else is going on over here. Catherine Knight, looking forward to the solar eclipse this morning at 9:13. So I have one eye on my computer and one eye outside. Ooh, 9 at 9. What time zone are you in? Does that mean that's going to what? How many? Catherine, how much time is that from now? Is that in like 45 minutes from now? Where are you? We are California time. Coco, you are very welcome. Yeah, Coco, just pack up your stuff, get out of Columbus. You will not regret it. And I'm sorry for you regular folks that show up all the time. I've told this story before. But I have friends and family in Columbus, and they say, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? And I say, never. I mean, I have no urge to ever go back to Columbus, Ohio ever again. Now, plus it's going to cost me like $700, maybe $800 round trip. There are no direct flights. Well, I had a girlfriend. I was down here. I had a girlfriend, a Polish girlfriend who lived in Chicago. And I would go up there for about 6 weeks at a time. But the great thing about Chicago was Puerto Vallarta had a direct flight to Chicago. I can do that, but there's no direct flight to Columbus, Ohio. So I'm going to spend $800 round trip, and I'm going to have to stop at that like in 3 or 4 airports to get to Columbus, Ohio, which is a place I really don't want to go to. I don't think that's happening. Get the hell out of there. Jack Webb. Oh my God. My next door neighbor in Lexington just moved back to Akron. He's nuts. He went in the wrong direction. You ain't lying. Jack Webb, that is Akron. You're going to move to Akron, Ohio. I mean, what? People are crazy, man. Who the hell would want to live in Akron, Ohio? Enough said. Al Smith, How did you pack your hard drive? I just put it. Now this is almost 20 years ago, Al. I just put it in a suitcase and I packed clothes all around it. That was it. I forget what I think I carried the monitor on. Thank God I have a laptop now. Thank God I have a laptop that is fabulous. It's unbelievable. Got a lot to talk about. Amen, Bill. Amen, pretty boy says. Hank Jones. Do you ever go back to the USA to visit your friends and family? Hell no. I have no desire. I have no desire at all to go to or visit anywhere in the United States ever again. I think I'm going to go the rest of my life and never see the United States of America ever the freak again. No desire. It's like, why do it? Why do it? You know, you got people there carrying guns around. You know, people with all these attitudes. You know, no. Why do it? No. Hola, Bill. It's Dave and Maria from Morelia. We're getting ready for the eclipse, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you very much. And now Dave. Oh, now BB. I don't know why he says it, but this is Dave. This is the guy I just showed you pictures of his house that he sent me. Dave, when is the eclipse going to happen? Is that going to happen like in a half an hour or something like that? Just let me know. Thank you. Ola from the Q Place. That's all I'm going to say. Ola, happy to have you in the house. The Baja is great. I haven't been there, and I'm hoping to visit this woman, Verlaine. Yes, the drive down the Baja is breathtaking. And she's from Canada. Yeah, I've heard it's awesome. Yeah, check. But listen to the girl. She's on the peninsula. We have 65 wonderful people in the house. We have 28 likes, and we have $10 in contributions. And for some people don't know where the Baja is. So where is the Baja? Where is that actually? Let me see if I can show people the Baja. There we go. So let's zoom out here. And I'm learning my technology, so I'm getting a little bit better at things. But you can see, okay, there's Mexico. Here's Mazatlan over here. And here's what people are talking about. This is Baja California, and Verlaine lives here in La Paz. And you can see Cabo San Lucas down here at the bottom. I've heard it's very beautiful, but also very expensive. So what Verlaine's talking about is, let's see here. You come down here to Tijuana or Mezcali, and there's Ensenada. And people ask me all the time, are you going to do a video about Ensenada? Maybe I should go up there and visit Tijuana. I've driven through Tijuana, but that's about it. But anyway, so you just cross the border and drive down this peninsula right here. And firsthand, Verlaine is saying that her drive from Tijuana down to La Paz was out of this world, amazing. I try to be informative. Let's see. We got people talking. I'm talking too much. Catherine, I was thinking of taking the ferry to Mazatlan after I check out La Paz and then drive inland to see what's up in Morelia. Morelia, I think the pop. Oh, ooh. Let me get some beverages here. I got some water over here. Mm. 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 Sorry, folks. I think the population in Morelia is about 1 million people. The weather is wonderful, and I just picked up a feeling there. It was just very peaceful. The people were very wonderful, but I'm not going to sweat to death in the summertime. That's for sure. Oh, I forgot something, and this woman here just reminded me of it. Buenos dias, Bill. Happy Saturday. It's already getting less humid daily in Mazatlan. We're halfway through October. The heat of the summer is leaving us. And it's Miriam, I was thinking about you yesterday, and I was thinking about Miriam. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. It's their videos. Okay. I was thinking about Miriam because I looked out of my back window. I'm in here editing, and Miriam lives like 2 stories down from me. And when she's on her patio, I can look down there and see her. But I looked out. I was editing video, and I looked out the window. And all of a sudden, this is what I saw. A double rainbow. Check that out. I don't remember seeing double rainbows. I've seen many of them down here in Mexico. I never saw these. But it's the one on the left is kind of hard to see, but you can easily see the main rainbow. The joys of living in Mexico. I just kind of zoomed in there. The joys of living in Mexico. And this is the way Mexico is. You never know what you're going to see, what kind of beauty you're going to be exposed to. It's just fabulous. I think I did something wrong here. What happened? I think I did. Here we go. Verlaine. I'm sorry, folks. I'm backing up. Here we go. Autumn Green, Speedo. Yeah. I think next week might be Speedo week. I might just show up only in my Speedo. Stony Star God, beer video was awesome. Thank you very much for watching. Catherine Wright. Pacific. I think it's going to be later than that. It's Portland. That's so okay. Around 9:13, and I don't know when exactly it will get here. Before 10, I think. Thank you for that update. Ola, Jacqueline, how are you feeling today? Ola, everyone, I'm here. Oh, you're in Guadalajara. Woo! I'm there in Guadalajara on the 31st of this month. GDL is Guadalajara. Girl, you come on down and enjoy yourself. Make sure you go to El Centro. Be sure to visit Tlaquepaque for sure. And if you can find Airbnb in Tlaquepaque, that is the place to be. You can visit El Centro, and you can visit the plaza in GDL, but make sure you hit Tlaquepaque. Okay, thank you. I didn't. I knew you didn't drink, and you left a comment, Miriam. Thank you very much. Baja, Verlaine, Baja has some of the most beautiful beaches. Ray Garcia, Puebla, and Pueblos Mágicos was a nice experience. Saw the smoking volcano. Maybe PV on Thanksgiving. Very good. And you guys, you really need, if you're coming down here, plan ahead. I'm going to talk about that very soon. And from South Africa, we get our first donation of the day of $10. And Jacqueline, thank you so much, because your contributions help pay for my excursions. Boring Akron. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, don't do it. There's no reason ever to visit Akron. Oh, La Dolce Vita. Bill, I keep forgetting to ask you, what do you do for medical insurance? I have this medical insurance. It's very expensive. Well, I think it's very expensive. It's like $1,600 a year. I have a very high deductible. My deductible is like $5,000. So if I have a heart attack or something like that, I can go to the best hospitals. But other than that, it doesn't cover anything. The thing is, for healthcare in Mexico, it's very expensive. Dental care specifically is very, I meant to say inexpensive. Like many pharmacies in Mexico have doctors there, and they have these little teeny tiny offices. I mean, teeny tiny, about a size that the office for the doctor is probably about the same size as the bathroom. But they have the doctor has a table in there, stethoscope, all the stuff that a doctor usually has, and the doctor just sits in there all day. So if you need some medication, you need a prescription, you have a cough like me, you want to get diagnosed with something, you go in there, you can talk to the doctor, and the doctor is going to charge you about 40 pesos. That's $2. Okay. I had some kind of hole in my foot on the bottom. It was like I just had dry feet, and it was like a little hole. I got worried about it, so I went to the foot doctor in Guadalajara. So I go to the foot doctor, and this guy worked on my foot, and he sanded all the dry skin off the foot, and he said, no, this is no problem. It's a natural thing. And it took him an hour, at least. It was maybe an hour and 15 minutes to do that. And he got done, and I says, okay, how much do I owe you? And he said 200 pesos. That's like $10. He was with me for an hour for $10. He did a lot of work. So my point, La Dolce Vita, is that healthcare, I mean, I went to the dentist, got my teeth cleaned. It was like $20. One time it was $30. In Puerto Vallarta, it was $30 to get my teeth cleaned. I have several crowns in my mouth. I think the most expensive one was like $250. Pharmaceuticals. They have a knockoff for Viagra down here. I needed to make a video on that. It's like, I mean, it's so much cheaper than Viagra or Cialis. Not that I need it, but I just know other people that buy it, see? And it's so cheap. Or if you want some Tylenol, you can get knockoff Tylenol. Everything healthcare is so inexpensive unless you end up, you know, need like a, you know, if you're in an accident and your arm and your leg are decapitated and you got to be in the hospital for like 2 years, well, yeah. But generally, healthcare is very inexpensive in Mexico. Here we go. Let's move on down. Jackie back. Mexico becoming more expensive. Jackie, it depends on where you live. And if you visit anywhere, and you see Canadians and Americans, and if you see many of them, they bring the plague of expensive with them. So if you go to a place like Ajijic, it's expensive. If you go to San Miguel Allende, they have a bunch of Canadians and Americans there. They bring the plague of expensive with them. So, but in Morelia, I was there for like 4 or 5 days. I saw no Americans. I saw no Canadians in 4 or 5 days. Zero. Population 1 million people. Now, I know that Dave and Maria, Dave, I showed pictures of his house. He just told us he's from Kentucky. Look, he's from Louisville, Kentucky. His wife, Maria, is a Mexican. He's probably the only, actually, Morelia has a Facebook group for expats. And one of those people sent me a comment and told me, let me think about this. I forget his name, but he had a 4,000 square foot house that he was renting in Morelia, 4,000 square feet, and he was paying $400 a month. $400 a month, 4,000 square feet. And he said it was the best money he ever spent. So yeah, Jackie, Mexico is expensive if you go and live where the gringos live. But if you see a lot of gringos, expect to spend money because they just drive prices up. But if you go to places where Mexicans are living and you don't see any gringos, your money's going to go a long way. So it just depends on where you go. Anyone in the room living in GDL? They have anybody in here living in Guadalajara now? And Jacqueline, if you're on Facebook, GDL does have a Facebook expats group. Okay, can I bring my Tazar and pepper spray to Mexico? What about CBS oil? I don't know, man. Crossing the border with CBS oil, I don't know. I think that's shaky. Pepper spray, I don't know about any of that. So just be very careful. Katrina the Maker, do you maintain any ID other than passport from the U.S., like a state Ohio driver's license? Okay. I have my passport. I have my permanent visa. And let me say this. With both of those documents, I never leave home with them day to day. When I take a trip like to Morelia, to Guanajuato or something like that, I do take them with me. Many times if you take the bus, they want to see ID. I know they're going to want to see ID for an airplane flight. Or if you're on the bus, sometimes the federales will pull the whole bus over and they'll come through and go through everybody's bags and everything, and they'll check your ID. Okay. So, okay. But from day to day, like right now, my passport and permanent visa is in my closet. And I'm as soon as I stop broadcasting today, as soon as I stop the broadcast, I'm going to go to the store. And I'm not going to take my permanent visa or my passport with me. Now, to get specifically to answer your question, I do not have a United States driver's license anymore. I have a Mexican driver's license. Let me think. And that's all the ID I have. Mexico driver's license, passport, permanent visa. And that gets me through everything that I need. I'm good to go. Those are the types of IDs that I have, Katrina the Maker. Woo! Lakaya Britain. Buenos dias, Bill. Et al. Okay. Remember to hit the like button. Yes, everyone. We have 63 people in the house. We have 36 likes. We have $12 in contributions. Jack Webb, Bill, my old high school classmates gave me a test. I had to pass before I could move to Mexico. I had to say, oh my God, it's a small village in Michoacan. Oh my God, yeah. I tell you, man, some of these town names, I talk about the Q place. Paragari Kutirami Curaro. Yeah, good luck with that. Ooh, just think if that's your mailing address, you got to put that in the old days when you actually would send letters to people and stuff like that. Okay. Ensenada, Lakaya, Britain. We have been to Ensenada quite a bit. I've heard so many good things about it. Hank Jones, Bill, did you drink water or mezcal? No, I tell you what, this is water. To be honest, I do drink a beer from time to time, but I do not mess with the hard alcohol. I leave the hard alcohol alone. Me and Nat do not get along, specifically tequila. Lenora, that rainbow, muy bonita. See, Manny, what bus line do you recommend using while traveling around Mexico? There are several of them that are wonderful. One of them is called ETN, I think. They go about everywhere. There's a bus line called Futura that is fine. There's another one called Elite that is fine. But going from Mazatlan or going from Guadalajara to Puerto Vallarta, you can take Vallarta Plus. And the plus lines, some of them are specific to certain cities. Like you might have Mazatlan Plus, Vallarta Plus. The Vallarta Plus has its own terminal in Puerto Vallarta. I took Premier Plus going from here to Guadalajara, in fact, all the way to Guanajuato. And it's very popular bus lines, but they're so popular that I had to change the bus 2 times. Very popular, very clean, but it was full. Both those buses were full. I think that's the only time on a bus ride in 20 years that somebody sat next to me on the bus. 2 different people, 2 buses, 2 different people. That had never happened. So, but Premier Plus is the premium bus line. They have their own terminal here in Mazatlan. So there are many very wonderful bus lines down here. Day of the Dead is getting closer. Yes, it is. And Day of the Dead is a big party down here. I did a video on the Day of the Dead parade about 2 years ago. That's coming up soon, right at the end of the month. Angie, I saw a naturopathic doctor in SMA for $45 for 1 hour. That's what I'm talking about. Medical care. Very inexpensive. Thank you for sharing, Angie. Dave, Ola Bill, according to Google, the eclipse in Morelia will happen between 9:34. So it should 9:34, and Morelia is an hour ahead of me. So that dude should be happening about right now. Thank you so much, Maya. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Yes, and when you guys contribute to the channel, I just booked. I tell you what, I'm planning my next trip to Lyon. Oh, so I can go to the International Balloon Festival. It's supposed to be the biggest balloon festival in Latin America with 600 balloons in the air. Let me turn off the air conditioner here. So I and this is the first time I'm taking a flight. I haven't been on an airplane. I was talking to Angie this week, and I told her I haven't been on an airplane in about 12 years. So I booked my flight yesterday from okay. So I'm flying to Lyon from here. I took the bus to Lyon. Probably cost me about $50 one way, about $100 round trip, if that. It was probably about $80 round trip. And it took 16 hours, 32 hours round trip. So I got I paid for my airfare yesterday through Aero Mexico, something like that. It was $236 round trip. And one way the flight is is an hour and 10 minutes. Angie booked her flight from San Miguel Allende to Mazatlan. It's 1 hour and 10 minutes instead of 16 hours on the bus. So I'm leaving here on September 13th, I'm going to fly into Lyon. I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to go into a small town near Lyon. And then on the 15th, I'll go back to Lyon. And I checked 4 nights at Airbnbs. 4 nights. I found a wonderful Airbnb. It has everything. It's brand new, 2-bedroom, beautiful kitchen, somewhat near El Centro, not far from where the balloons are going to be flying. And that's going to cost me $38 a night. So when you guys contribute to the channel, that's where that's where your money is going. So Maya, thank you so much. But let me say this also. You guys really, if you're coming down here, you really need to check ahead to see what is going on in that city ahead of time. Because the balloon thing starts on November 17th around 6:30 in the morning. So I booked starting the 15th, and I wanted to book through Sunday. Yeah, I wanted to leave Sunday morning. So the balloon thing lasts through Monday, and Monday is Day of Revolution Day. And I booked 30 days ahead of time, and many of the Airbnbs were booked for Sunday and Monday. Sunday and Monday, they were all booked. I only found one that could let me stay for Sunday just for Sunday. So look ahead, see what festivals are coming up. So, because I'm used to just traveling around and stop here and get a hotel like 2 days ahead of time. But if there's a holiday, which there is, one, it's the balloon festival, the biggest balloon festival in Latin America. Two, Monday, which I believe is the 20th, is November 20th is the day of the revolution. So plan ahead, book ahead. But anyway, I feel much more relaxed now that I know I have a Airbnb, and I had to use my permanent residency card to verify. No, I'd use my Mexico driver's license to verify who I was through Airbnb, or I could have used my passport. Okay, Brian Maiden. I went to the dentist in Ajijic. Major work was $785. Same work in Canada would have cost me $2,400. Yeah. And a lot of people, many, what do they call those people? Amish. Many Amish people from the United States come to Mexico for their medical care. I have been in hospitals and met people that are in the hospital or at the dentist just to save money on the care. And then they call it medical tourism. Angie, however you say that, I guess it's an English medical term, but I can't say it. As little as $3.60, almost $4 for 4 tablets, and it's generic. So yeah, you can save money on your health care, your dental care. Yeah. Okay, now, thanks everyone for sharing your medical information. That's what we do here. This is what we do. La Dolce Vita. Let me catch up here. Big Dave. What's up, Big Dave? How is the dating in Mexico as a 52-year-old widower? I'm interested in moving there. Big Dave, I think I'm going to put up a video on Thursday about dating in Mexico. I am going to say this right off the top. Mexican women love white men. I'm just going to say it. Mexican women, they love white men. They do. But the dating scene, I'm going to make a video about that this week. I cannot tell you. I've been here 20 years almost. I cannot tell you the number of women that I have dated down here in Mexico. It's ridiculous. Right now I'm on hold. I'm not dating anybody. Don't plan on it. But there are lots of women down here. There are lots of single women down here with a lot of money too. There are a lot of, and then there are many women down here that just want your money. There are a lot of single men down here that want women's money, but dating down here is cool. All you have to do is just turn your green light on and go out and explore. Yeah, dating is cool down here, especially you're young, you're 52. Come on down, get your groove on. Ola Bill, I had to switch over to my computer. The cell phone died. Well, good luck with that. Crazy Boy Radio. My travel goddess. We have a newbie in here, I think. I'm coming to Mexico for my first time during the Christmas break. If it's as good as I think it will be, I may not come back to the United States. Yeah, my travel goddess. It all depends. It all depends on where you go. I don't know. I mean, like, where are you right now? But and I don't want to. I do not want to overhype Mexico. I don't. I had a subscriber that came down here from Atlanta, a senior citizen black lady, and she didn't like it. Yeah, okay. Mexico's not, but I think she's the only person. Well, there's this other lady, this one lady from Los Angeles, in Puerto Vallarta. When I would, it used to be years ago when I would see somebody and I thought that maybe they were an American. I used to walk up and say hello if they looked like tourists. And I would ask them, do you want to know anything? Like, I live here. I can tell you where to eat, stuff like that. I don't do that anymore. But when I was doing that, I'm in Puerto Vallarta. I'm talking to this lady on the street. I asked her, where are you from? I live in Los Angeles. And I said, well, what do you think of Puerto Vallarta? And she said, it's dirty. And I'm thinking, what? Are you serious, man? I mean, people come down here with these attitudes, but my travel goddess, I love it here. I'm never going back to where you live now, ever. Ms. Sam, the beautiful, intelligent Bill Dallas. May I add sexy? Yeah, girl. I need all the sexy advertising I can get. I'm serious. And right now, hey, I love women. Yes, I do love women. But I love right now, I just love myself. I'm just having fun, enjoying myself. I totally enjoy you guys. I totally enjoy making these videos. This is what I do. But right now, as far as dating or sex or anything, I see these beautiful women. When I leave here today to go to the grocery store, I'm going to walk about 4 blocks. And when I walk 4 blocks, and that girl knows what I'm talking about, I get to the main drag, and half a block from the main drag is the beach. And there's all these, I mean, the place is going to be packed by the time I get there. And there are going to be a bunch of beautiful women in bikinis just walking down the street half naked and all that kind of stuff. And anymore, I think to myself, that hot woman in the bikini is not a body. That's why I tell myself, the thing that makes that thing happen in that hot little bikini is not a body. It's this energy source with all these decisions being made and perceptions. So then I think to myself, am I willing to lose my peace of mind to take the time to set up time with that body? That's where I am right now. Yeah, I'm that. Right now I have peace of mind, and you get into a relationship, and then you got to. I mean, if it's not right, you got to give up your peace of mind. So that's what I'm doing. But thank you for the sexy part. Al Simon. And once again, I want for you guys that showed up late, we have 69 people in the house, 44 likes. We have $22 in contributions. And I want to thank Al Simon again for donating $10 to the channel first thing this morning. Even it was like 2 hours before I started broadcasting, but thank you so much. Bill, I've got you beat. as far as the last time I was on a plane. I'm headed to Morelia next month. Last time I was on a plane was 44 years ago. I hope you like Morelia. I tell you, Al, hit the square, hit the plaza downtown, all those all those restaurants, all the way around the plaza. It's so beautiful, and because of all the universities there, if you like to go out at night, I usually don't do it, but they say it's a party town because of all the universities there. Verlaine. Oh, eclipse here in La Paz. You can see it, Verlaine. You can see it. The eclipse is happening. Hank Jones, how do you find a good dentist in Mexico? It's not hard at all. There are dentists all over Mexico, and just ask around. Or I'm going to say, if you are in a city or going to a city that has expats, and I say this all the time, it's very helpful just to go to Facebook. If you're going to Guadalajara, see, I had 3 dentists in Guadalajara. I had a dentist in Puerto Vallarta. But just go to Facebook, find an expat group that's say in Guadalajara. There are expat groups in Morelia. And just go to that expat group and say, hey, can somebody, sorry, folks, can somebody tell me about a good dentist? I have a dentist here. I did a video on this guy. Sorry. Oh. I did a video. This guy, he is at the Marina Medical Facility, and he's from New York, and he helps people find doctors. But it just so happens that his wife is a dentist. Now she's my dentist. If you're in the Ajijic area, but anyway, go to one of those Facebook groups and say, does anybody know a good dentist? Or if you don't know any Americans, just ask a Mexican. I need a dentist. Or many times where I'm going to the store shortly after I end the broadcast, the place that I'm going to go buy some meat and some fish, there's a dentist next door to the meat shop, and like 20 feet away, there's another dentist. The dentists are everywhere. All you have to do is either walk around or ask somebody. They're not at all hard to find. And every dentist that I have had in Mexico has spoken English. Everyone. And I have had many dentists down here because I move around. Lenora, Bill, when you got your MX driver's license, did you have to take a driver's test or just use your U.S. license to get an MX license? Okay, now that is, I have a video on that. Getting your license in Mexico. Do a search for that. But I did a video on it. That is a very funny story. Oh, wow. The first time I got a license in Mexico, I had my immigration attorney. This is funny. My immigration attorney in Guadalajara, I said, hey, my Ohio driver's license is going to expire and I need a Mexican. And she said, oh, no, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And she says, when do you want to do it? I said, can we do it tomorrow? Oh, I said, okay, let's do it tomorrow. So I meet her at her office the next day at 10 o'clock in the morning. And these 2 Mexican guys, they look kind of thugly, showed up in a car. And she said, go with them. So these 2 guys, okay, so Puerto Vallarta is in the state of Jalisco, but they took me to the state of Nayarit, which is like a 20-minute drive from downtown Puerto Vallarta. So they took me to the Department of Motor Vehicles in Nayarit. I walk in. There's this big line of people. There are people taking tests. And I walk in, and these two guys take me to the front of the line. I give the guy my passport and my old driver's license. And the guy looks at it. He types some stuff in the computer. He hits a button. And then this lady that's sitting over there, she hits a button, and my license comes out of this laminating machine. And it took me like 15 minutes. I had a Mexican driver's license. I didn't take a test. I didn't fill out any paperwork. And it was totally illegal. But it was legal. But my immigration attorney hooked it up. Okay, so then I needed to renew it. And I was in Guadalajara. And then I had to take the test. And you have to have, I had to show them my internet bill. I had to show them my passport, my old driver's license. And then I had to take a test. And I was really worried about the test because the test was in Spanish, but it was all computer. It was a computer test. And the people in Guadalajara, they assigned me an interpreter. So this guy's with me. I'm looking at the computer, and it's like 15 questions, and they were all pictures. So swear to God, it was stuff like, I swear to God, it was stuff. They had a picture of a bunch of cows in the road, and there was a car in front of the cows. And the question was, what do you do here? Do you go or do you stop? And the interpreter was helping me answer the question. So it was not difficult. The most difficult thing about getting the driver's license was having the appropriate paperwork with you. You need a proof of address. You need something like a passport. I guess proof of address, and that could be an electric bill, a phone bill, an internet bill, but it was not at all difficult. Let's go to Coco. What is Coco talking about? I own a car. Should I sell it and fly or drive down? And is insurance easy to get? Insurance is very easy to get, but owning a car down here is a trip. And I would advise you to sell your car and just come down without a car. I didn't have my car for the first 5 years I was here. I had a car for about 10 years. I just got rid of the car about last year. And I am so happy that I do not have a car anymore. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, now. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Pedro Torres. Hi, Bill. Oh, bye, Bill. It's okay to live in Mexico for 1,000. I want to move rest to go a try to start in over Puerto Vallarta. I tell you what, Pedro, in $1,000 a month in Puerto Vallarta, I wouldn't want to do it. I would want about $2,400 a month in Puerto Vallarta. That's me. No. Okay, I'm moving to Morelia. What I told you earlier in the broadcast, this guy, he's paying $400 a month for 4,000 square feet. Okay. Okay. So, when I was in Puerto Vallarta, this is 10 years ago, I was paying $400 a month for rent for a fabulous apartment. I got very lucky. Fabulous. 400. If you can find a place for $400 a month, then you're living on $600 a month. Sure, fine. I don't know if you're going to find that in Puerto Vallarta. I think you're going to pay like $500, $600 a month. Then if you can live on $400 a month, cool. But I think that I think that $1,000 a month is going to be tight. I really think you're going to, for me to be comfortable down here, I want at least $2,000 a month, preferably $2,500 a month. That's what I'm thinking. And Stony Star Guide, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. I'm looking at this trip to Leon coming up in 1 month with the airfare paid and the Airbnb paid. So I put out like $500, $600 yesterday. So yeah, all of your money goes to these trips. And YouTube pays for these trips. And thank you so much for contributing. Bill, what's your favorite Mexican cerveza? Bohemia Crystal is my fave. I tell you, I'm kind of a Heineken junkie. I kind of like Heineken, but it's hard to find affordable Heineken down here. Heineken prices, in fact, they actually manufacture the Heineken here in Mexico. So I kind of stick with Modelo Especial. I like the way it tastes. It's really smooth. It gets you a buzz. But sometimes I like Modelo Negra, which is like the ale, darker version of Modelo. I like that, but it's like $2 more expensive for a 12-pack. So I leave it alone. A really good beer that is really cheap down here is called Indio. Indio is cool, and it's very inexpensive. I don't like Corona. For me, Corona has no taste. I don't like it. Okay. So there you go. But Stony Star God, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Okay, my travel goddess. I want to be in a walkable city, so I'll most likely come to Mexico City first. Sure. Yeah, Mexico City. If you like big cities, right on, walkable. And for me, I love pedestrian traffic. And I have 8 to 9 months. Okay. Earlier in the broadcast, I was talking about in Puerto Vallarta. I lived in this great place. I had a view from my office overlooking Banderas Bay. I mean, the view was awesome. I'm teaching students in the United States online, and all day I'm looking at the ocean, all of it, for 3 years. But it was secluded. I'd have to walk down the mountain into town, take a taxi back. I was the only one up there, kind of, sort of. That's why I moved into El Centro in Puerto Vallarta. And then I was on flat ground. I could walk to the ocean in about 7 blocks, walk to the Malecon. And talking about meeting women, I met so many women on the Malecon. I'm just sitting there minding my own business. I'm meeting Polish women, Canadian women. I'm just minding. I love pedestrian traffic. So, yeah, I mean, so if you're moving down here, some people like the country and seclusion. I want to live near El Centro so I can just walk to places to get my groceries and stuff like that. And in Mazatlan, I would prefer to live in El Centro, but I don't think my budget can handle it. Winifred Curry. Hola, Bill. I truly enjoy your broadcast shows and your realness. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. And let me scroll down here and click this button. Yeah, you guys feel free to donate. All of your money is going to go to the channel. Yeah, feel free to donate. Okay, now let's see what's going on here. Let's go down here. Miriam, I agree with you, Bill. I love my freedom. I am enjoying myself. I just looking after myself is a full-time passion. Right on, Miriam. Brian Maiden, SHDHV said, the set up the appointment. Set up the appointment. Brian, I have no clue what you mean. Help us, Brian. Sean, if our child is born in Mexico, what is the citizenship process for us like? Sean Daly, that's a very good question. But tell you what, Sean Daly, here's what you do. Find a immigration attorney. Yeah. Find an immigration attorney. Now for you, this is a very serious question. At the very bottom of my description, there's a link to Mariana Lang. She has a service. It's called the Mexico Relocation Guide. And you can sign up with her. It's $45 to $49 a month. And I would sign up with her because then she has consultants all over Mexico. And if you just sign up for a month, then you can find an immigration attorney in somewhere in Mexico that can sit down with you and answer all of these questions. Now, if you're in the Guadalajara, Ajijic, Chapala area, then you can go to, let's see. Then you can go to here you go. You can go here, buildthegeek.org / and then click FAQs and find my immigration attorney in Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic. His name is Albero, and for a small fee, he will answer all of your questions. So there you go. Try that. Very excellent questions we have here today. We have 60 people in the house. Hank Jones. Bill, I don't have a car, but I have an ATV, all-terrain vehicle. Well, good for you, but that's going to be considered a car. I don't know. Brenda Fader. I don't know if you like carbonated beverages, but for me, a bubbly drink helps with a cough more than plain water. Brenda, thank you. Thank you guys for helping me get through this cold. Hank Jones. ATV, I don't need a license plate. Okay. I can drive it around town and have fun driving off-road. I like Victoria beer. I've had Victoria. I've had Bohemia. Okay, right on. Hat, you're here. Good morning, BDL. Better late than Nunca. That's right. Stony Sargot, I have some Indio in the fridge. There you go. Yeah, Indio is the bomb. I mean, Indio is the bomb. I don't like Corona. It's like, why spend the money? Ha, 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 ha. And what is Jack Webb talking about? I like it. Oh, this is funny. I like an occasional michelada with Modelo Negra. And I like Clamato juice better than tomato juice. Now Jack Webb is jumping in. He's jumping deep into Mexico right here. And I forget what's in a michelada, but it's a lot of alcohol. And I'm trying to think, when you get on the road and you start driving around Mexico, you'll see. I'm trying to think. I was in Guadalajara, I think. I must have been in Guadalajara. And I was headed to some small town about an hour and a half away. And there's this little town, and it's not even a town. It is a town, but I think the population must be about 300 or 400 people. And they have this big booze. It's like a bar, but it's not a bar. It's only for people driving by to buy micheladas. Okay. And you can get it in a big cup, or they'll put it in a bag, in a it's almost like it's almost like a baggie, a big baggie, like this, but the bag will be much bigger than this. I'm not drinking it. I just put it on my microphone. It's like my microphone condom. Okay. So they put the micheladas in there, and then they put a straw in it, and they tie it tight. So then it's like you're drinking this michelada, and it's got a lot of alcohol in it out of this plastic bag. It's a trip. And Clamato juice. Clamato is I don't even know what Clamato is. It's like a tomato juice kind of thing, but you put it in your beer, and it's just like addictive. Thank you, Jack Webb, for taking us into life of the true Mexican life. Hank, where do you live? Nosy Angie wants to know. And this is Chris with Jalisco, Guanajuato Travels and Adventures. I've met Chris many times. Thanks, Bill. Love your posting with Katie Ibarra. Like all your videos, hope you visit Lakeside again soon. I'm not going back to the United States, but I would like to take a trip back to Lakeside. And when he says Lakeside, he means Ajijic Chapala, specifically, maybe Jocotepec. I love beer. Brian Maiden, come on down. Come on down. Yeah, beer. Yeah, I get along. Jack Webb. Jack Webb, right on. Yeah. Hat Palzer. And besides being a fraction of the price, the Mexican airports in Tijuana from San Diego or Jerez, from El Paso, have direct flights to where I want to go in Mexico. Good for you. Okay, now earlier, what's going on here? I missed this part. I just realized how much cheaper it is to fly out of Mexican airport on the U.S. border than pay U.S. prices. I see living in New Mexico and crossing in El Paso to Jerez to fly in my future. And yeah, man, I tell you, buying a plane ticket was kind of weird because there are so many options. It's like, where do you want to sit? Okay, if you sit here, it's going to cost you an extra $25. Are you going to check a bag? Angie was telling me that, if you bring a suitcase, it's going to like double the cost of your flight. So I'm going to take a really big suitcase. So I guess I'm going to pay more money. Whatever. We'll make it all work out. Now, I will be putting up a video tomorrow. Hold on a second. And it's going to be all about Mexico beaches. And not Mexico beaches, but specifically Mazatlan. And I'm going to put these videos together. Many of them are drone shots, But I mean, there's got to be 30 miles. There's got to be 30 miles of of beach, all connected in Mazatlan. And you can see here there are a lot of people. This must be on a Sunday. And this beach right here is only 2 or 3 blocks away from where I live. And that's where I go and fly my drone. A shot. And that view, this is like 3 or 4 blocks from where I live. I believe that is Deer Island right there. There are 3 big islands. And Deer, it's like Bird Island, I think it's Goat Island and Deer Island. And of course, as you guys know, Mazatlan means land of the deer. This is definitely a Sunday. And I'm going to split these videos up. Check out this guy. That's the lifeguard in his little thingy. This is definitely a Sunday. I never go to the beach on Sunday unless you want to pick up women or pick up men. But if you go on during the week, Monday through Friday, there's nobody there. It'll be you and 10 or 15 other people. But this beach right here is 3 blocks from where I live. I'm happy here with the computer. Here we go. Oh, okay, now. Oh, and this, sundown, sun up, how romantic, and look, hardly any people. So I'm going to put these videos up and more tomorrow morning around 10 a.m. Central Time. Yeah. Here we go. And here's the same beach, but look at the people. I mean, you can count them. This is during the week. There's you can see like maybe 10 people. This is 3 or 4 blocks from where I live. Very peaceful, very clean. Nobody's going to bother you. If you like beach, wow, check it out. So I'm going to put all of these videos up, segments of them. And then, you got all this going on. You got to like that. And look how clean. And look at the people. You can count them. There are 7, 8 people on the beach. Now there's 9. You got 9 people on the beach. You can sit anywhere you want. You can drink all the beer you want. If you're a marijuana smoker, you can smoke your marijuana on the beach. Nobody's going to bother you. Look at the guy surfing. There's a guy surfing. He just got off his surfboard. You can surf. You can boogie board. I have a neighbor that she goes boogie boarding like 3 or 4 times a week. And if you get out into the ocean, the water is not it's not deep at all. You can go out where I live. You can walk out into the ocean for about 200 yards, and it's only about 3 feet deep. So you can go boogie boarding, and you don't really have to swim out into the ocean. It's very beautiful. I have one more clip. Here you go. One more clip. And look at how clean the water is. You do not see any garbage. You don't see any Coke cans. You don't see any potato chip bags. You don't see beer cans. Look at that. Look at how clean it is. And look, the beach is totally clean. Yeah. So if you like beach, it's beautiful. And it's just awesome. But there are so many awesome things to see. There's so much of Mexico that is so beautiful. A lot of stuff. You really don't need a beach. Okay. Verlaine, let's see. What Mexican site do you use for flights? This was my first time. I booked through Aero Mexico. I was told to use Volaris. That is an airline. I try to go directly to the airline. This is my first time, and now that more of my trips will be further and further and further away from where I live, I'll be flying more and more and more. I just ordered a new suitcase from Amazon. It should be here sometime this week. Just because I'll be checking stuff on the airlines. I got to keep everything in the bag. But Verlaine, I will have more and more information about how and when I go to the airport, I am going to make a video on my airplane experience. Hat. That's what I'm looking for. Cheap beach. RV life in the New Mexico mountains for the summer. Mexico Beach for the winter. There you go. And the beach is great down here in the wintertime. The water is a little chilly, but you got it just right. You're talking the right program. William Stoneman, here is some luggage money. William Mustache Stoneman, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. And thank you, Mr. Stoneman, just for being here. And everybody. The eclipse is happening now. It's getting darker outside on the Baja. Ooh. Hey, Bill, look outside. I saw that eclipse is supposed to be best seen in Mazatlan. Really? Okay. I don't see anything going on right now. The sky's still blue here. Angie, Google Flights is very helpful. See something you like, then go directly to the airline website to book. Thank you, my friend Angie. Hat, where in Baja are you, Crazy Radio? I'm sitting in Playa del Tijuana. Sun is on the other side of the building. Have to go look. Okay. All right, you guys. Okay, so people are enjoying the eclipse. And I think I am going to do the same. For what it's worth, I was a little worried because a month from now, I'll be in Leon. But the bed and breakfast, here we go. Verlaine, I think this will answer your question here. William Stoneman is saying that Google Flights is my go site always, and I'm going to write that down. William Stoneman, why didn't you tell me that earlier? Google Flights. I've never heard of that. Google Flights. Yes. Check that out, folks. And that's why it's so cool, all of us getting together like this. All right. Okay, you guys. Well, so I think that we're going to wind things down for today. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. Go out and check out that wonderful eclipse that's going on. Let's see. People are still talking. That's what I was doing too. Google, and then the 3 airlines, Aero Mexico. That's it. Aero Mexico. That's how I'm getting to Leon. Yes. Verlaine. Thank you. Check out Google Flights. Yes. Brian Maiden. Another great Saturday. Thank you and have a great weekend, and see you all next weekend. Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden. Okay, you guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up, and I hope you all have an excellent Saturday. I'm going to put up the beach video tomorrow, and I think I'm going to put up the dating video on Thursday. So I'm getting ready to head down to the store near the beach. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you for sharing information. Thanks for being so wonderful and delightful as always. Thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you for your contributions. And love you all. Have fun and enjoy your life. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. Adios, hasta la vista, y que te vaya bien.